Game on.
Hey there, game gurus. Welcome back to the channel. We have about 14 or so days left on the GRS Build-A-Cade FU Kickstarter. And I still don't have the machine here to show anything, but my team is still working on our pre-production prototype to just make sure everything is the way it should be. So I asked them to take some videos, and I'm going to share that with you here. So this, again, just keep in mind, this is a pre-production unit. It is not the production unit, but it'll give you a good idea about different things about the machine. I'll show some stuff for the 19-inch, some stuff for the 26-inch. Really kind of shooting by the hip here. I'm just going to play some videos I have, no particular order. And as I bring them up, I will simply talk about them. And well, hopefully it'll give you a better idea, if you want to back the Kickstarter. Now, right now, the GRS Build-A-Cade FU does start at $9.99. That's going to include the 19-inch electronically rotating screen. It'll come with a light-up marquee. It'll come with the GRS Ultimate Control Panel, which is 2 spinners, trackball, joysticks with gate switches for 4 and 8-way, real coin door, the Viper Venom SPC, and a lot of other things in that $9.99 price. And of course, you can go for the 26-inch and other things, but there are some still available at $9.99. You can get foot in the door. People do ask me, well, Glenn, if I do get that, can I get other things later? Yes. Even after the Kickstarter is closed, we will eventually open up the different items on our T-Sticks website. So if you wanted to, let's say you back the 19-inch, later on you want to get the 26-inch, you'll be able to go purchase a 26-inch Unico screen and simply drop it into your 19-inch machine, or a different control deck, so the Nintendo hood. So the other things will still be available. Of course, it'll always be better if you get it at the time of your Kickstarter. But if you just want to get your foot in the door, you could do that at $9.99, and then you can add other things later. But in the meantime, let's pull up our first video over here and see what we have. So here is the prototype. Again, this is not the production unit, it's a pre-production prototype. But you can see right up here, you can kind of make out a screen back here. That's the Al-Link Pixel-Cade. That's back there, and that's basically an LCD screen. That's an optional thing you get off Al-Link's website, but it is directly compatible. It's actually was designed for the FU. There's cables and everything needs right back there, and the Viper supports it. You just enable it, and that basically allows you to have the arcade original light-up marquees that you would see in the machines, or do animated ones, or have ticker tapes, or other all kinds of things that an LCD screen can do. That will be an additional option. But normally in this area right here, it'll just be the standard FU screen, which is kind of like, if I can pull up right here, right above my head, right there. That's what you will see in the marquee. But if you do want to have just that, not the Al-Link one, you can always get other marquees made by Dosabos, Angel. A lot of other people do make these marquees you can add in there. But you can see right here, this is the 19-inch screen, and we do have handles in there. And those handles are there if we did want to, change it to 19-inch or a different screen. You can go in, basically grab the screen and just pull out and just connect the HDMI cable and power cable and drop it on the Unico screen, and vice versa. So we're trying to make this thing as easy to work on as possible. You can see also down here, we have a real coin door. It's not plastic, it's not a toy, it's metal. It is a real arcade coin door. It does take coins or tokens. And we do have a lock here and a lock here. Now this other lock is going to be for where you install the decks. I'll show a video of that, I'm sure, later. We have 2 USB ports in the front. We have a soft eject keyboard drawer. You're going to kind of press in with your hand and the drawer just pop out. You see we have 2 joysticks here, and those joysticks do have the TOS GRS gate restrictors in there. So they're electronic. They can automatically, by the game, change between 4 and 8-way, or you could do it manually if you wanted to. Each player also gets 4 buttons, and there are gold leaf milling press buttons. We have a light-up trackball. It's not on right now, so it's not lit up. There's a light-up LED trackball. We have our volcano buttons, and we have 2 rotary spinners for games like Arkanoid, Breakout, things along those lines. So I'm going to play this video here. We'll just let it go around so you can kind of see how the machine looks. Now, you can see right here, I'm going to pause it right about here, and you can see that there is no T-molding here, and that's because we've been putting on and taking off the Nintendo hood for different tests we're doing right now. So if you do get the machine without the Nintendo hood, or even with the Nintendo hood, there will be T-molding in there. It just pulls out. You can pull up the T-molding and you can put the Nintendo hood in there. But you can see the rest of the T-molding on the rest of the unit. You can see it is in 2 pieces. There is a lower half here. And this actually could be used as a bar top. That has feet on it. So you could make it a big, humongous bar top if you wanted to. But I'm assuming if someone's getting this, they want that full-size arcade experience. All right, let's then go around a little bit further. So you can see the profile. And I'm going to stop it here again for a sec, just for my could be the Game Genie. I just want to show you that the arcade cabinets are arcade cabinets. There are no real arcade cabinets and how they look. This is how the GRS Build-A-Cade FU arcade cabinet looks. And I like how it looks. I know Michael B has issues with it, but I do not. I think that looks great. I think it's got a good profile. If you have friends standing at the side of the machine, very easy to see what's going on the screen. It has a big open area as well. So I'm gonna let this video continue along its way to see the back. And you can see at the bottom of the screen, you will see there are two wheels, two casters back here, where you have our wheels. See how stuff right there. So you can see this wheel over here as well. So we're putting the wheels back there in case you do need to move the FU for any reason. There are 4 large rubber feet that'll keep the machine from moving on any surface. So if you do want to move it, you just have to tilt the machine, and it's got wheels, and you can move it to where you need it to go, and then place it down, and it'll stay in that spot. You can also see right here, we have our power cable going in, and the main on-off switch. You can, of course, have it go into a remote on-off switch. That's the one to the main unit. And we have 2 more locks back here. These are arcade locks as well. Open this one up, and this comes off, and inside here is where you can access the back of the screen. You can access the Viper Venom. You can access the power strip inside there, audio, the main parts of the components in here. And there's still a ton of room inside for other things you may want to put in here. And then we have a lock here for the lower part of the machine. And that's technically designed for where you would put your PC. If you have a big, huge, high-powered PC, you can put that in there. But if you don't put a PC in there, it's another storage compartment for other items. But again, if this is probably back against your wall, you won't be going back here too many times, but you can actually access this a little bit from the front. I'll show you that a little bit later. You can get access, but how big the item is depends on what you're trying to slide in there. Let it come around the rest of the way. We have our side profile once again, and back to the front of the machine. And that just gives you a quick walk around of what the machine looks like from that, just looking at it. So I'm gonna see what other videos I have here. I might want to put on over here. Let's see what we have over here. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I'm going to pull up, let's say, I have so many different videos here. I'm gonna pull this one. I'm not sure what this video even is, so let's just pull this one up and see what it looks like. I think it's just getting a more close-up view of the control deck and everything right here. Again, you won't see these screws. There'll be a piece of plexiglass covering all of this, but you get an idea of just what it looks like. And here's the control deck, the volcano buttons on there. We have the gate restrictor buttons, those volcano buttons, and there's our rotary encoders as well. And again, just another close-up real quick. You can see those handles in here for grabbing the machine. Again, you won't normally see these things if you're under plexiglass, but it just gives you an idea of what that is going to look like. Let's see what other videos we have over here. I think this might just be a boot up of the machine. Let's just see what this one is. Pulls up. So when you first turn on your machine, let's see what we get. It is. So it's the initial power on. When you first get your machine powered on, this is what you're going to see. It's the arcade operating system, which is they're doing a great job incorporating all of our technology into their build. Now, that's a handsome guy's face, and his son and his dog, Blue. So this is kind of what your machine will do. Now, of course, you can always modify this, the startup screen. Everything on the GRS Build-A-Cade FU from the hardware perspective and software perspective is, it's upgradable, change with, make it what you want. But that's how it's going to come to. So you guys kind of have an idea what it's going to look like. What else do we have over here? Looks like there's a screen rotation. Let's see what this one is here. I haven't even looked at it myself. So it's just showing you here, without the plexiglass, what the 19-inch screen looks like, straight on looking at it, how that screen rotates. And again, this can be done through software. So if the Viper is told on a certain game to go horizontal, it'll go horizontal. If it's told to go vertical, it'll switch and go just like this to vertical. But you also can control it manually, just like the gate switchers. You have our little switch here for the gate switchers. You have another switch that lets you do the exact same thing. So it's something you can do. Now, the 26-inch is not electronic. I'll hopefully show you something on that later. But that's how the 19-inch will rotate. Let's see what we have here. I think I'll show you guys probably see some gameplay videos. So I've shown some of these already. But let me pull this one up right here. I'm not sure what this one is. Let's just pull this up, see what game we have on over here. So it looks like we have a Robotron. See if I get the audio going on this. and it looks like we might have some sound. So this is showing the ultimate control panel using 2 joysticks. So you have the left and right joystick. Can I turn this up a little more? Not sure if that's going to bring up the audio, but if it does, it doesn't. So you can use 1 joystick for 1 player or 2 joysticks for 1 player. In this case, Robotron's going to use 2 joysticks. You can see how well that does work. The 19-inch screen in the horizontal position. Now, people have said, well, Glenn, what does it look like with the Nintendo hood? So I happen to have a video here. I'm not sure which game is playing on it. Let's take a look. This is with the Nintendo hood added on. Looks like it's the same game, Robotron, from a different angle. That is with the Nintendo hood. Now, you do see these little screws here. You're not going to see this on the final unit. Again, this is just a pre-production unit. That's why you see those screws there. And there's a little chip here on the Ultimate Control deck. That won't be on yours either. But this is with the Nintendo hood. So it's going to have a piece of plexiglass in front. It is tinted. So this will give you an idea of how that looks with the Nintendo hood looking almost straight on to the unit. And let's see what else we have over here. I think I have another game we can share with that Nintendo hood. So this is in the vertical position with the, this is still the 19-inch screen, just so you know. This is a 19-inch screen, but now it is in the vertical position with the Nintendo hood. And I think that looks fantastic. I'm excited about this. And yeah, so the speakers on the machine, people asking that too. We use the same technology as the II Arcade did, except they use 50 watts per channel. We're only using 25 watts per channel. But the sound is very, very good on the unit. And if you do use your own PC or something other than the Viper Venom, you can connect via the headphone jack. So you can still pump audio through it as well. I'm not sure what game we have over here. One more. Let's just see what this looks like with the Nintendo hood. What other game we have here? Oh, of course. Now, this is the game that is built in. It's fully licensed. The Adventures of Robbie Roto. It was a midway game, and it's actually a very fun puzzle game. It's not the biggest graphically intensive game, but it's about the gameplay. And this is a really challenging, fun game where you're trying to save your friends where these bugs kind of took you underground. You have to get them out before you get caught. It's a very, very fun game that is included in the machine. Now, let's show you one more game without the Nintendo hood on it. Let's see what game this is. I think it's Galaxian as well. So that's what Galaxian would look like without the Nintendo hood. But of course, these, if you don't have the hood on, this T-molding will go all the way up and on both sides right over there. And actually, Al Link just showed off these beautiful LED T-moldings. So you can, if you get his Pixel-Cade display and you tap in these LED strips, as you're shooting, these strips can have lights going up it as you're firing, or if you blow up, they all turn red, which I think is pretty amazing to see that happen. That's something you can do as well. But let's see what other videos we have here that can show you guys off a little bit to know what's going on. So this was pretty much all the 19-inch. So let's go take a look at the 26-inch screen. Let's see what we have here. So let's do a walk around. Like, I haven't looked at these videos. I'm kind of just clicking on them, and because I want you guys to see these things like I'm doing. I'm just going to talk about them. So let's see what this video here. It is a 26-inch video. So here is the 26-inch screen inside with its plexiglass cover on it. But that is a 26-inch Unico screen. Again, the T-molding is not on it at the moment. And he's walking around making some noise. Let's turn that audio back off. Bang. So again, the unit's going to look exactly the same as before, except it will have the Unico 4:3 26-inch screen. The 19-inch is a 5:4 ratio, where the Unico is a true 4:3. And again, you can rotate it manually, take up the plexiglass, and just grab the screen, pull, turn, and drop it back in. I'm not sure if they made a video of that, but if I find it here, I will definitely play it. And there's another video. I'm not sure if it's the same type of video. They probably took a couple of the same type of thing. And it looks like it's just zooming a little bit closer to it. Looking at the control deck here. 2 USB ports on the front for other enhancement products. And that is all wood. This is a wood deck. Our buttons, our volcano buttons, are basically our TOS and probably screen rotating buttons on there. Our drawer, and then our real coin door, the lock, and the lock on here. And down here, I don't know if it's going to far enough, there's rubber feet, very large rubber feet down there. So let's see what other videos we have here on the 26-inch screen. Let me pull this over here. Okay, we do have maybe a rotation. So let's take a look at this right here. This, I think, is how we rotate the 26-inch screen. So you can see the large handles. You're going to grab those handles. Just give it a tug to yourself. Pull it out, turn the screen, and you're going to drop it right back in. It's just that simple. Now, there will be a switching mechanism back there. So when you turn that, the Viper will know. And there's the plexiglass. Just put it right back on there. And of course, this is not the final plexiglass, just for our testing purposes. You won't see this light bleed will not be there. You will not see that on the final unit. But the point is that you can turn the 26-inch if you want to. Now, leaving the 26-inch in the horizontal position like this will still give you 19 inches in vertical. So some people may just leave it as it is. But you know me, I'd rather give you the option to do what you want. It's your machine, use it your way. But you will have the option to do that, and the Viper or the computer will know, because you have a switch back there. It will trigger the switch saying, okay, you went from horizontal to vertical, and the arcade operating system will know, and hopefully if Batacera and MAME, all those other things start supporting the Viper, it'll do it. If not, you can do it through a button press. Now, that'll still be there. But that is a beautiful screen. That is a Unico 26-inch 4.3 display right there. And again, just a test piece of plexiglass, just so you guys get an idea of what it's going to look like. You will not see this here. This will not be there because there'll be a backing on there. It'll be cut off from light. But the plexiglass will be a little bit different as well. So I got another video here. I'm not sure what this one is. Let's take a look at it and see what we have. So this is one way to easily remove the plexiglass. We're going to include that little tool right there, and you see how easy it is to get the plexiglass off. It's just a suction cup, but we are going to include that again at no charge. And then you can go in here and you can turn your screen like this, drop it back in. I mean, how easy is that? Now, obviously, you have the Glintendo hood. It's not going to be as easy. You'd have to take off the front plexiglass on there. I'm trying to find a couple ways to make that really easy for people, so it's not screws and it's hard to do, or harder to do. I think we could do it easier. But for right now, that's how you would do it without it, with just a standard machine. Take that off and return your screen. So that's good. Let's see what else we have here on it. What do we have here? Okay, I think we have a video here of the 26-inch with the Glintendo hood on it. So take a look at that. We do. So there it is, the Glintendo hood. I think that looks really, really sharp. It looks really, really good, like it is. And I know people say there's no artwork on there, but a lot of arcade machines are black with very minimal stuff on the sides. I like it this way, but of course you can always add your own artwork yourself or through third parties. And you can see right there, right here, there's one little screw hole, and that is to lock in that Glintendo hood. So when you put this thing in, you don't want it coming off on you. So on the right and left hand side, there's one screw. There'll be a cap that goes on top of that. And if you want to fill it in, that's up to you. Because honestly, once you put artwork on the side, you're not going to want to take off the Glintendo side pieces. You'll still have access to the back of the unit and the front unit right here. Because there'll be screws or magnets or something that we can take that off and get extra that screen, pull and turn if you wanted to on the 26-inch. So you can get an idea, again, how that looks on the side of these caster wheels down there. There we go. He says caster wheels much better now. Yay! Our two locks, power, switch, and how this machine looks on the side. Again, this is the pre-production unit. This is not the production unit. So you see, like on the side, it's not sitting in here perfectly. These are all things we have to work out for the final unit. We're going to do the best we can to make that as smooth as we can for the people at the time. Another video right here. I'm not sure what this is. Let's take a look and see what we have here. So it's just the walk around of the 26-inch without the Glintendo hood. And again, just gives you a look of an idea of how the machine is going to be. If you have it in your home, in your garage, in your bedroom, why not? Who knows where you're going to put yours? In the dining room. Mine will probably end up being actually in my bedroom. That's where it's probably going to end up going. Or maybe down in the living room for people to play when they come in. But that's that right there. Let's see what other videos we have over here. I think I have some close-ups of the control deck. Let's see what we have right here. Let's take a look at this one first and see what we have. So close-up of the deck. We have these are twin buttons, left and right side buttons. You press the right side for 4-way, left side for 8-way, and probably one for horizontal, one for vertical. But you can see the spinner tops. Now, another thing I don't mention too much is these tops, these joystick tops, they are removable. Some people say, well, Glenn, if I'm playing a spinning game, the joystick may be in my way. Well, it's not. I made sure it's not. I can play it with it there. But if you do want to take out the joysticks twist off. We have it come with a little wrench. The wrench holds the bottom part, and not basically under here. Simply lift up this cap. Just lift this up, put a wrench, slide it in there. You can turn off the joystick, and then there's no joystick in the way for spinner games. But I honestly don't see people having that too big of an issue with that. I'm not sure what the videos are putting here. It looks like they put the same things potentially. Might be it's a walking up to the unit, maybe. Let's see. What do we have here? Well, we do see the deck light up. We have the trackball in a nice blue, and the two TOS buttons. One is red and one is green. Looks like it's just a side-to-side view here. So the two buttons that are lit up are actually two buttons. It looks like a single button, but it's actually two buttons on there. So there's a left and right side there. Here's our volcano buttons. These will all be marked as well. They're not marked yet, they're not silk screened. And there's our spinners and our 6 per player million press gold leaf, not gold leaves, the gold plated buttons. The push buttons, they're not push button leaves. Make sure I get that correct. What else do we have over here? I think we have some of the drawer, how the drawer operates. Take a look at that. So you see, just press in and the drawer just soft ejects. Just that simple, and it push back and locks in place. So again, just push, it'll eject. You have a keyboard to store stuff in here, press in, and it will lock in place. Put a couple of videos here, I'm not sure what they are. Let's take a look. So it's got a keyboard in there. So you have your keyboard in there, and push it right back in place. Let's see what else we got here. Looks like we have some gameplay videos on the 26-inch. I'm sure people are excited to see that. So I haven't seen any of these myself, so let's just go through them and see what we have. So we are playing Space Invaders on a Unico 26-inch screen in horizontal position on the GRS Build-A-Cade FU. And I'm a huge Space Invaders fan. I just came back from Long Island Gaming Classic, and one of the arcade games I played there was Space Invaders. Classic I played at home, but there's just something about playing on an arcade machine. And that's the big draw of the FU is, yes, you can play this all kinds of ways, but you want to have that kind of arcade experience. You want to feel the thump, 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 thump of the game, and you want to be standing up in front of a machine like you would have done when you were younger in front of an arcade. And you can see here that the screen is tilted about 45 degrees, I would say, kind of. But there's Space Invaders. Let's see what else we have here. What other games do you have to play here? Here is Robotron 2084. Again, the Unico screen is in horizontal position and is a 4x3 display. That's Unico's, it's a 1080p screen. And there is how, Michael B, if you're watching, the Game Genie, there is your Robotron with the ultimate control panel on the FU, but a beautiful Unico 26-inch screen. See what else we got going on over here. Okay, it's more of the same. Got 2 videos of that. That's okay. Let's see what else we have here. Looks like just another angle. So here's another angle of Space Invaders. You can see how good that screen comes through. Again, the plexiglass here is just for show. It is not the final version. It's got a lot of fingerprints on it, but normally, and we're still testing out different materials. So this was just really to give an idea to show you it hides those handles behind it. So you don't see the handles behind this, but the back cover is on this right here. You don't see that. But let's see what other videos we got right over here. It might be Space Invaders again, I'm not sure. It is more Space Invaders. Let's see what the last video we sent here is. Okay, here's Galaxian on the Unico 26-inch screen. Now this has been rotated, so this is actually in now the horizontal position. So it's going to be larger than it would be if the Unico was still in the horizontal position and doing a 19-inch. But you can see how big and beautiful that screen is, showing that off right there. What other things have this marked here? What do we have? Oh, okay, so we have some videos here showing you the lower part, which doesn't get too much love. You can see right here, there is the coin door and the front lock, and you build around the back, and we'll see those big, beautiful caster wheels. There they are right there. So I can pause this video right there. So you can see we have these 2 wheels here that hold up all the weight of the FU. Now, when it's in this position, these are actually lifted off the ground. You can't really see, but these are actually off the ground right now. So when you let go of it and it sits forward, it's going to be on the 4 rubber feet that'll keep it from moving. All you got to do is give it a little tilt, and then you can use the wheels to move the machine around. Again, probably on a carpet, it's not going to be as easy on a hardwood floor or tile floor, obviously. but it'll be definitely easier than trying to move this thing on just the rubber feet alone. So let's get this video going back, finish, just going around. And you can see we have a T-mold that goes all the way around underneath. And you can see right there, you see just right here, one of the feet on the unit. Right there, and there's going to be 4 of those underneath. I still will say there's, see another one right there, another one right there. So you can see the feet, you can see the caster wheel is just off the ground, just enough so it doesn't move, which is all you need it to do, right? I'm still going to make this so that B Kong and his wife can stand in this machine and not break it. Look, there's 2 other videos here. I'm going to just play one other one and see what we have, something different. So here we go. There's a great shot. There's a great shot right there. So you can see when these feet are down, holding the machine in place, the wheel is lifted off of the ground. All you got to do is tilt it back 2 degrees. These come off the ground, and the wheel takes the brunt of the weight, and then you can move this thing around. I still recommend, maybe have a friend help you move this thing. It is a 200+ pound machine, but if you can find moving around, move it around. I don't know if I'd do it myself. That's just me. But let's let this video complete around, just to do the walk around and see everything under here. And that's one of the videos we have from my team. Let's see here. Looks like we do have the machine being shown, being rolled. So let's pull these videos up right here. So you can see right now, just go tilt it back, and you can see push it back easy to the wall and pull it forward. This is one person doing it. Just that simple. And there's another video I have of it from the back. So that's if you want to do it from the front, it's moving out maybe to get to that back door, or if you have to get to the back of the machine for any reason, you can do it very easily that way. And here is the other video coming now from the back, and give it a good tilt and move it to where you need it to go. Just that easy. Maybe I'll put a kick plate back there. I don't know if I want foot marks on the back of the machine. I'll think about maybe putting a kick plate or something back there to place foot here as you work on it. But that gives you an idea how to move that big beast around. What do we have right here? Okay, here is, again, this is a pre-production unit, it's not the final unit, so don't take this for gospel. Here's opening up that top compartment, and you can kind of see how that works. It is a real key, and it locks, and that gives you access to light up my key area, and also to where the back of the monitor and the Viper Venom will be in that area. Here is the coin door area. Again, this will be identical in the 19-inch and the 26-inch. So this stuff is going to be identical on both. So you can see, again, we have real coin door, metal, right there, full mechanism in there. And I believe these 2 do light up. I believe they do. I'll check with the team. I won't speak out of turn, but these are real coin doors. I would like to have them light up if they don't, so I'll talk to them about that, but I'm not sure if they do, but I'd like them to, if possible. It also opens up a little bit more. There's the whole mechanism, and I can't quite see. I'm just if I can pause that if there was light there or not. I want to know myself. So it looks like there should be, but they've set wired yet, because this is not, none of this has been wired yet for use. So it probably does light up. You can see this is a real dual coin mechanism. It's not a toy, it's not plastic, it's not fake. It is a real coin door. And let's see what else we have over here. This is just, I guess, you want to select the game. I'm going to show you, when you're going through the menu, find the game you want, and launch the game. And this is on the Unico 26-inch screen. And that's all you do is pick your game, and away you go. Now, on the front of the Ultimate Control Panel, and other control panels may have it as well, we include 2 USB ports. Now, we will have a USB hub inside the machine. So there's plenty of USB ports in the machine. Of course, the Viper Venom will have USB ports. We'll have more USB ports up the wazoo. But on the front right here, there are 2 easy-to-access USB ports. They are USB Type A, standard USB ports. Now, again, these are full USB ports. So you could, in theory, plug in a USB drive here to load games onto internal storage if you wanted to do that, or add games and play it that way. I wouldn't recommend keeping it there. You may hit it and knock it off. But if you want to load some games, without opening the machine up, you could do it that way. But of course, if you have games on your network, you can get them that way, or you can download them directly through the built-in game downloader. Now, this is how the control deck gets installed. You just kind of slide it in place, press down. That's it. So when you want to remove it, it's the exact opposite steps. You're going to take the front, pull it up, and pull it out, and there will be probably two connectors. You're going to have a USB connector and maybe a power connector, depending on the control deck that's there. Just plug in those cables first, push it in, drop it down. That's it. No tools required for any of the decks. Just going to drop it in, place it in just like that. What other videos do we have here? It looks like this is the same thing but the opposite. So removing the control deck. You're going to lift up, just like so, and you pull it out and put it back in. Now, you see this spot right here. You will not see stuff like this. This is a pre-production unit. I'm going to make that stay in your mind. Pre-production unit. All things like this, we're going to make sure we clean up and get the fit and finish right. But that's how you put the deck in. So whether you have a Star Wars deck, the steering deck, the Akari Warriors deck, the large trackball deck, or other decks we come out with the Tron deck, you're just going to connect the USB, maybe power if the deck requires power, push in, drop down. That's it. No tools required. And here is the main front door. Again, real lock on there. And this is where you can store your decks. And you can see there is a opening back face. You have a way to access the rear door opening. And as soon as it opens up right again, you'll see it right here. You can access, this is the back area we could put a PC, but that's it. You take that lock away, people can't get in. You want to store your Hope Diamonds in there? You could definitely do that. It'll be behind lock and key. And that's pretty much it, I think, we'll show for today on the GRS Build-A-Cade FU. We'll post the other video back up here and go back around and leave it on this here, right here. So that's it. So the Kickstarter's got about, I think, 13 or 14 days left. I didn't actually check it today. And I know we have some of the $9.99 units left. We still have some of the $1,200 units left, which is for the 26-inch. And of course, we have, I think, 1 or 2 mega packs of the 26-inch left. So we have a few more days. So if you are interested in this is the time to lock in, because once those tiers empty out, that's it for now. I'm hoping you guys do back it. I'm really proud of how this thing's turning out. Again, this is not done. Fit and finish has to be taken to another level, I believe. We'll get it there. But I do hope if you guys are interested in the GRS Build-A-Cade FU, that you take this opportunity to back it, or leave comments on this video for people to say what you think about it, because I am definitely interested in your opinions, the things you see, you would like to see. I always try to do that as well. And of course, I didn't show it in this video. It does support the GRS Sinden Target Pro, Sinden light guns, and other light guns as well, as been asked a few times. If you go over to the Kickstarter, which I'll put a link down below to that, there is a FAQ there as well, and you go through the FAQ, so forth. But that's it for this video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. It just takes 1 second for you, but it means a lot to me in YouTube algorithms. Not currently a subscriber, I'd always appreciate another sub. It's always good to have one more person join the community. And if you know someone who might be interested in this, please let them know as well. But I thank you for your time. I'm very excited about the GRS Build-A-Cade FU. It's the newest in my product line that I'm very, very proud of. I'm proud of my team. And I'm proud of all the fans who tell me, how these machines have, been fun, or fixed machines that were broken. But with that being said, it is fun, but it doesn't take precedence over family and friends. Make sure you always tell family and friends you love them, especially your wife if you want to buy one of these, right? Make sure you got her hooked on now. But in between those times of telling family and friends you love them, because tomorrow is never promised, get yourself a GRS Build-A-Cade FU and game on.